You see so many people suffering, and the suffering certainly comes from not having certain resources that weren't planned for, but the suffering also comes because we haven't learned to manage our own fears, our own emotions. I know the Soviet Union in the 60s did a bunch of studies on how much they could embed fear into people until they would just comply. And it literally took less than 2 months where when people then were revealed the truth, it wouldn't change their mind. And I think it's so critical to understand that wealth is mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual, and it's financial. It's also health, it's physical. And so if you don't have abundance in all levels and all you have is a lot of money, I know a lot of people, a lot of money, they're very poor. I know a lot of people have very little money, but they're very wealthy in the quality of their life. I really believe that the extraordinary quality of life is what we're all after. It's people come to me and they'll say, I want to grow my business, 200%, or, I want to lose 30 pounds, or I want to turn my relationship around, or can you please do something with my kid, or whatever. But all these things have in common is what we're really after when we're after money is a better quality of life. We want to have more autonomy, more freedom, more choices. And it's not even that you don't work, because you and I both are in a position we don't have to work another day of our lives, and we both have friends that have sold their businesses for plenty of money, hundreds of millions we have, and some people billions, some of our friends. And then you see them happy for about 3 months on average. I've seen this happen so many times, because it's not so you have enough money you don't work, it's you have enough money you don't have to work, so you do what you love because you want to do it. Then you walk different, you talk different. But it doesn't start with the money, it starts with a psychology. And what I try to get across to people is the quality of your life is the quality of your emotions, like where you live emotionally. We all have an emotional home. So think of it like, we all know people that are pissed off all the time. Doesn't matter what's happening. They find something to be pissed off about. We all know people that worry all the time. There's nothing to worry about in their own life, their own kids. They worry about the universe, right? Someday the sun's going to explode and the earth's going to be gone, And so warriors worry, I should say, right? Angry people get angry. We all know some people that, think they're funny, but they're not really, but they crack themselves up and you find yourself laughing too. So human emotion, you could have $1 billion. And if every day you live in the emotion of pissed off or frustrated or overwhelmed, then your life is pissed off, frustrated, overwhelmed. Doesn't matter how much money you have. You can't wait to get beyond, fear. You can't wait to get beyond, living in scarcity. You got to start beyond it. It's your decisions, much more than your conditions, that are going to determine the quality of your life. It's our decisions that have done that, our fearful decisions. So if you want an extraordinary quality of life right now while you're building the financial side of wealth, and you want the other side of wealth now, you have to learn to discipline your mind. You have to learn to discipline your disappointment. Because life is filled with disappointments. Disappointment either destroys you or it drives you. I think there's 2 skills everybody has to master. Skill, if you want an extraordinary life. Skill number 1 is the skill of being able to really master your ability to achieve. Master your ability, I call it the science of achievement. It's like the capacity to take where you are right now and say, no matter what's happening, here's how I'm going to get there. Now, it's not going to be a straight line. Lots of people achieve. I interviewed more than 50 multi-billionaires, all people who started with nothing. Nobody from the Lucky Sperm Club. They all did it on their own. And they did it in all different ways. Whether it's Ray Dalio or Carl Icahn or Warren Buffett or anybody, Paul Tudor Jones. What's really interesting is not everybody, no matter how much money they have, is fulfilled. And that is really the ultimate test, because success or money without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. Making much money and you're miserable, you don't get along with your kids, or you don't have love in your life. And so I think the second master skill is the art of fulfillment. You've got to master what fulfills you, and that's different for everybody. It's like you go to the forest and you see everything's different. So if you want to know what the universe or God or whatever your belief structure is, whatever made all this, certainly loves diversity.